Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Miss Delta 9, your host, and today I want to talk about something difficult to explain unless you've experienced it. The strange way the world changes after awakening, how the heaviness starts disappearing, how situations that once consumed me suddenly don't, and how life can begin feeling almost dreamlike, but not unreal, more lucid, more spacious, more witnessed. And if you have felt this and you're on this journey, please leave a comment below, like and share, because people are experiencing awakenings often think that they're alone. You are not alone. Share this with someone who's questioning reality, questioning themselves, or trying to understand why they no longer experience life the same. The world feels heavy before an awakening. In unawakened consciousness, everything matters. Everything feels urgent, serious, heavy. A text message, someone's opinion, money, conflict, fear, a body, a diagnosis, a rejection, a memory. Every tiny event becomes enormous. You get pulled completely into circumstances, and because identification is complete, you mistake experiences for who you are. The thinking mind becomes identity. Emotion becomes identity. Pain becomes identity. Fear becomes identity. And the story becomes identity. And you don't realize most of what feels devastating will disappear. After the awakening, something changed. That something strange happened for many people gradually. Or for others, it happens suddenly, like me, awakening. And I'm not speaking about becoming special. I'm not speaking about becoming enlightened. I'm talking about becoming and beginning to witness, beginning to observe, beginning to know yourself beyond thought, and the world changes. Not because the world changes, because your relationship to it changes. The heaviness loosens, the seriousness softens. You still care, you still love, you still grieve, but there's a spaciousness around the experiences. It's like sitting in a storm without becoming the storm. The dreamlike quality of awakening. There was a period in my own awakening where everything almost looked dreamlike, not fake, but meaningless, not detached in a cold way, just temporary, appearing, disappearing, appearing, disappearing, forms being born, forms dying, thoughts arising, thoughts dissolving, body aging, moments ending, everything flowing. And there was something untouched watching it all, something still, timeless, and silent. The awareness behind experience, the awareness that was there before every thought I ever had, before every identity. You know, two ancient philosophers, both were right. Ancient Greece had two philosophers with opposite views. One said everything changes, everything flows. You can't step into the same river twice because the river is different. And so are you. The resembling teaching of impermanence. The Buddha taught this too. Everything passes, everything changes. Nothing held onto remains, but another philosophy said nothing changes. Reality itself is unchanging, complete opposite. Yet strangely enough, both may have been pointing towards the same truth. The world of form, always moving, consciousness itself, still timeless, unchanging. So awakening becomes holding both truths. Everything changes, and what you truly are does not. So why death can become a teacher, an ego death? This may sound unusual, but I understand why some traditions contemplate death, why monks meditate near bodies, why cemeteries become places of reflection, because death strips illusion. You walk through the cemetery, you see the birth dates, the dashes, the date deaths. The small dashes contain a whole life. Every fear, every argument, every success, every heartbreak, every identity, everything someone believed was unbearable, contained inside one tiny line. And suddenly you ask, what am I making so serious? What am I carrying that won't matter? Not in a demised sort of way. Perspective, awareness. Awakening is not despising the world. Some teachings reject the world, reject pleasure, reject beauty, reject living. I do not resonate with that. Awakening is not hating life. Awakening is appreciating life without clinging, enjoying without needing, loving without processing, experiencing without becoming lost. That is different, very different. So I want to ask you, what conflict happens? Who are you when fear comes? Who are you when someone hurts you? Who are you? Do circumstances completely consume you? Or is there an awareness present? Can you remain conscious while experiencing life? Because awakening isn't proven in meditation. It's revealed in ordinary moments, in traffic, in illness, in family, in loss, in money, in relationships. This is where consciousness becomes embodied. The body's the doorway, and it can be. Sometimes people ask, if I don't always feel the body, what does that mean? Am I disappearing? Is awakening happen? Maybe, maybe not. Don't overanalyze it. Go into the direct experience. Feel the body. Then feel the awareness emanating in the body. The presence behind the sensation. The consciousness without which there is no experience. The body can become a doorway, not identity, a doorway. So death is not the opposite of life. If I've had an ego death in this lifetime and something became clear, life has no opposite. Death is not opposite to life. Death is opposite to birth. Life continue. Form disappears, awareness remains, and maybe that is why fear softened, because what is real in me was never born. So I'd love to hear from you. Has awakening changed how heavy life feels for you? Do situations consume you? And have you experienced moments where the world felt dreamlike or spacious, almost transparent? Please share below. I'd love to hear your conversation. Please like, share, and until then, and I see you next time. Namaste, everyone.